Morning, ladies and gentlemen, and happy new year. It is Monday, January 2nd, coming off of the back of New Year's weekend. We hope everybody had a wonderful holiday weekend, but we are back like we never left. This is the NFT Morning Show. We run this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. Eastern Time, each and every week. Each and every week, ladies and gentlemen, been doing it for over a year. We're jazzed up to be rocking with you guys here. I'm your host, P.O., here with my co-host, Nifty Nick, the funniest man in the business. Signal, the author of the Nifty Daily Digest and the host of the Artist Spotlight series, as published by the Nifty. King Kicks, the sophisticated degenerate, the CEO of Crypto Raiders, one of our partners in crime here. Easy Eats Bodega. I mean, what do you even say about this guy? The Solana celebrity, the rising star in all Web3 content, and the co-founder or the founder of a NFT collection hitting a blockchain near you. Bunny, your bio says that you don't care if NFT Nick follows you or not.
Not even a little bit. New year, new bunny, P.O.
New year, new bunny, huh?
Yeah, 2023, year of the rabbit on the Chinese calendar. I'm feeling good.
Is that true?
100% true. I wouldn't lie.
Well, I mean, then we know that there's big things in order for Bunny. We also have Deep on stage. Deep, haven't rocked with you in a little bit. How's it going?
I had to check. The rabbit isn't even one of the 12. Nice play.
That's not what it says. It does say Year of the Rabbit 2023 Chinese Zodiac.
Yeah, I'm not lying.
I don't see a rabbit. Actually, yeah, I do. There it is. Wow, I can't read.
Love to hear it. We're up to date with our, Chinese New Year, Chinese annual animal allocation. Nick, do you want to introduce some members of the audience?
Yeah, I'll check it. But just FYI, I guess we were able to hear the audio just now because I heard Bunny. Yeah, I don't have one queued up. Ding Godin. Ding Godman is his username. Psych rock musician. Peace, love, and happiness will always be the message. That's a great way to start the new year. Ding.
Oh, absolutely. And then we got this guy, Rudinho. It looks like his profile picture is repping Messi. He must be an Argentina fan. And he said back in 2018, he bought these things called NFTs. That's a good time to buy them. I have to think that the ones that he bought back then, a few of them might have done pretty good. There was only so many NFTs to buy, and some of them were called CryptoPunks. So gotta think that he did okay.
Deadfellas. Those were two of the most popular collections at that point in time.
I don't know about that.
That's when Deadfellas came out, 2018.
I remember things differently, but fair enough, Nick.
One of those that is familiar with that is Bowie, or Mad Perfect is his username here. That's actually his entire profile, but he has a dead friend as a profile picture. And directly adjacent to him is Steve Less NYC. And he's the founder of Less NYC, a New Yorican digital artist. Is that like a Puerto Rican living in New York? Is that?
I think it is.
And a collector of NFTs and a sports nerd.
And a sports nerd. Very cool. We got OX Psyched, repping a doodle, has a nested moonbird as his banner. He calls himself a professional NFT bag holder. That makes two of us psyched. Love that tagline. We also have Fruns.eth. I'm assuming it's either Fruns or it's Fruns. Which one do you think it is, Nick? Fruns or Fruns?
I think his name's Johnny.
Well, he's not advertising that very well, but maybe that's his doc's name. Fruns.eth NFT_highlighter said that he is the collector of worthless JPEGs. He works in tech, and he's dumber than you think. So he's got really cool self-deprecating humor there. Gotta love Fruns right there. We also have some of these guys are funny. We got Leo at Starboy J8. He says that he's an NFT degen, a certified stoner, a future businessman, and he said funnel cakes are pretty good too. So very interesting, range of things that we're discussing there in the bio, Leo. What I would say about the future businessman is that you can just be a businessman right now, amigo. You can do it right now.
I
Big
see
fan of funnel cakes.
Lost on Chain. He has a CryptoPunk that looks surprisingly like this guy. Did you see this guy? He's doing wall-to-wall coverage of the Andrew Tate like story, like literally 24/7. This guy's name is Mario Knopfel, but this other guy is Lost on Chain. That's his username on Twitter. His profile says snooze insidious is blind inception. Or, I don't even know what that means.
I mean, it's pretty deep. I think there's no question that it's pretty deep.
And he's hitting the snooze button every morning. I hit the snooze this morning a little bit, definitely a couple of times. I snoozed it up.
I didn't hit the snooze. Straight up to my phone and just scroll Twitter in bed for 15 minutes.
I went to bed
right out of bed
late because Pio and I went and watched a movie at like 7 p.m. last night, and then I got back at 9, and I was
like,
"See
Puss in Boots?"
No, we watched The Whale, which is an uplifting tale of an overweight man. But and like
Nick really didn't like it.
I didn't hate it. But
it's one of those kind of like indie classics, right? That would be at Sundance Film Festival winning awards.
It's definitely not a fastball down the middle. Let me tell you that. And when the final
new Avatar.
yeah, 3 hours. When the final credits went, and it's like at the end of the movie, it's like a big moment. The final credits went. Nick immediately just laughs and gets out of his seat and walks out of the theater. It was pretty funny.
Oh my god.
Okay, but regardless, I came back and ended up watching something else just to like chill out. Anyways,
Last Chance U.
Yeah, there was something else. I can't even tell you what I watched, but it was definitely on Netflix. Anyways, I did watch some of that.
Did you butter up that popcorn at the theater?
I did. Well, my stomach is almost recovered here.
Nice.
It's been almost a week, so that's the sort of thing going on. But anyways,
every time I eat movie theater popcorn, I put butter on it. I think about that pop lung. You know, people that did it too much, like the microwave stuff, they literally got like lung damage because it's like some weird chemical.
What?
Yeah, look it up. It's called pop lung, dude. It's almost as bad as like black lung from like coal miners. If you eat too much microwave popcorn.
Not surprised, kidding. Nick. Not surprised.
Okay, that's definitely not. That was not my my scenario that I was dealing with.
Yeah, just Google pop lung, dude.
Pop lung. Okay, I'm gonna actually look that up.
Apparently, it's happening with e-cigarettes now because they the same oil they used back in the day for popcorn butter is what they're throwing in e-cigarettes. So yeah, watch out for the pop lung, kids.
Uncommon type of lung disease, but it's not cancer. It's caused by buildup of scar tissue in the lungs, which blocks the flow of air. It's linked to a chemical called diacetyl.
Yep. Heavy shit, dude.
No, that's a risk of that's a risk of flavored e-cigarettes.
Yeah, but back in the day, it's why it's called pop lung because it was popcorn lung because they used to put some weird they put that chemical in popcorn butter. Not anymore. Not anymore.
Popcorn factory workers developed the condition leading to it.
Popcorn factory worker,
which is different than people that ate.
If you ate a lot of popcorn, you're pretty much in a factory of eating.
If your full diet was microwave popcorn, then that may have been a situation. But I don't think that's.
I heard it from some guy who heard it from some guy. You know, it's been passed down, so some things got lost in translation.
This is an old wives' tale.
No, it's clearly real. Anyways, we had a jam of a time there introducing the audience. Shout out to everybody that's also seen the film The Whale. I wouldn't recommend it, but hey, what are you gonna do?
The acting is great. I think there's great acting, but it's like, is this the thing I need to watch? I don't know.
I think old Brendan Fraser is going to probably win an Academy Award for that because that shit was not easy to act in. Let me tell you that. And he's in the fat suit and all that. It was pretty gnarly. But we should throw over to our friend across the pond to figure out what went on or what's going on in NFT world over the weekend. Signal, Happy New Year. How was your New Year's weekend?
Happy New Year, guys. Really, really good. Really, really good. It's good to be back, though. Twitter was so quiet. Discord was so quiet. It felt like a little bit of a desert at some time. So it feels good to be back. People are on Twitter. NFT land has been popping off Much better this December than it was last year, even without SOS. We've had some really good action. So we'll get into the report Monday, 2nd of January. What has been going on with the volume? Well, OpenSea's been coming in a 9 million range. That's been pretty good for this time of year. Blur down to 10.5 million, so sort of similar to what we saw with OpenSea. Onto the leaders, Apes, Mutants, and Punks holding their range. Apes just slightly down from 80, holding 76, while Moonbirds, Doodles, and CloneX all ranging from last week's numbers. Over the weekend, there was plenty of action for the New Year weekend. Potatoes, they have been one of the biggest movers in anticipation of the Captain's Mint. The OG Collection MVP had a last sale at 36 ETH, and potatoes last week were hovering around 2.3 ETH and have now seen a big leg up to over 3. MFR creator Satoshi, as promised, he has returned back to Twitter on New Year's Day. End of Satoshi collection saw a rise in the floor price, as this will be a sort of ongoing pass for holders to obtain free claims to crypto arts. That floor hit 0.11 before pulling back down just to around 0.09. And lastly, art blocks. Art blocks continue to surge. We see the collection Chromie Squiggles is back over 16 ETH. It had actually fallen all the way down almost to 10 ETH after the FTX debacle. Now back up over to 16, so charging towards its all-time highs again. And friendship bracelets, even though it's a supply of 30,000, they are holding a 0.4 ETH floor. Absolutely incredible considering the amount of supply there. Onto crypto, we got BTC, Ether ranging, but Sol rebounding. It saw below $9 last week off the back of crypto markets moving down there in the sell-off. We saw Vitalik showing support for Solana, and now this morning back over 11, so looking good for Solana. And so overall, it has been a great start to the year. Collections are coming back after the tax loss harvesting, and you're seeing the allow-list collections doing well. The energy is high on Twitter, so happy new year, and this 24-hour forecast is going to be clear skies and sunny.
Absolutely
fantastic. Love it.
Fantastic weather report as usual, Signal. One quick question. So that update regarding Satoshi, is that the open edition collection that he sold on his way out?
Yeah, that one.
So you got to love, after like there's a sort of worry of legal action, all of a sudden there's, hey, there's a real roadmap behind this stuff, and I'm back. And if you have that thing, there's stuff that's coming, and federal entities don't come after me.
That's what Logan Paul just had to do also.
Well, there you go.
Dude, what an idiot.
I bought into some crypto zoos in anticipation of the video dropping tomorrow. Please pump my bags.
That is an insane play.
Hey. Once the video drops and he has to actually deliver so he doesn't go to prison.
Bo, did you buy the NFT? Where are the NFTs on?
Dude, they're on OpenSea.
I couldn't find them.
Yeah, cryptozoo.co.
Well, oh yeah, it looked like a scam link. Cryptozoo.co. What kind of fucking URL is that? First of all,
bro, there's only 2,927. The video is going to do like 3.5 million views. It's no brainer.
Oh, well, we're going to talk about that. I just got to get into the Nifty Daily Digest, ladies and gentlemen, which is the daily newsletter that's published 7 days a week, 5 days a week with stories written by our very own Signal. You can subscribe. It's pinned to the top. Just take a look. It's pinned to the top. If you haven't subscribed, come on. Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, and here's the deal. I'm going to keep the portal giveaway going in January. That's what I'm going to do. I just dropped, holy cow, every week. I'm going to be giving out at least one, maybe multiple portals. We'll see for January as well. So if you sign up, you got a chance of getting a free portal. And I'll be doing a drawing for that this week as well. So sign up at thenifty.com. If you're not on the list, just sign up like you're tripping. Get on the list. It's free. I had someone complain last week. They're like, I don't even remember what they were complaining about, but I'm like, the newsletter is free. I'm sorry that it like is not like providing, they didn't receive enough free NFTs and they wanted verification that we had sent the NFTs. And I'm like, if you want, I'll show you the blockchain transaction that we actually sent it, but I don't like that's not the issue that we're to be calling out at this moment. Like, and also, by the way, you signed up for free. It's like, I'm giving you free NFTs. What more do you want? Like, sorry, you didn't win. Like that. Sorry. I don't know. I can't do anything about that. Anyways, thenifty.com.
Yeah, I also clapped back at that gentleman because, you know, it's just not an attack vector to say that we're not actually delivering on giveaways because we've delivered on 100% of the giveaways. So anyway, sign up for the Nifty Daily Digest. The updates that are detailed in there today. First story, Punk6529 launched the first card of Season 2 meme card. So we're already on Season 2 here. The 48th card in the series featuring artist Kat Samard. So just getting them out the door here. The creator, we already touched upon this, formerly known as Satoshi, has returned. And last but not least, community airdrop token BONK. So we're going to talk to Easy about this, talk to Bunny about this. It's going to be fun. Community airdrop BONK pumped significant liquidity into the market, resulting in over $10 million of volume transacted over the holiday weekend. I guess we should have known that an airdrop was going to pump because that's what happened last year with the SOS token at the same time. Last story is that a zombie CryptoPunk sold for almost $1.381 million US dollars. That's 1155 ETH. It's a zombie CryptoPunk. And it was sold for a US dollar loss, but a huge ETH gain. It was bought in 2021 for 500 ETH when that was $1.46 million. Now sold for $1.38 million. So, you know, 100K loss, give or take, but a massive ETH gain. If you are denominated in ETH and bullish on ETH, then this is a great move to accumulate ETH while also booking a loss. So that is an interesting story. People are still out there buying CryptoPunks for that much money. Interesting stuff. So look, let's talk about.
I love Theo. I just love that thought process though. Like you lost money in USD, but it's like, yeah, but dude, clocking in some like ETH. It's just the most illogical thing ever. Cause it's like, if you just held in cash from the top, you could have bought like, you know, 5 times as much ETH. But I love it. Right. It's like, yeah, up in ETH though, dude. Like, up in ETH, bro. No worry.
This was a master planned strategy for me to
look at the chart, dude. I had it clocked to the day. I was gonna sell here for an 80% USD loss, but up in ETH, dude. Just look at the math.
Look, this is the best path to collect ETH.
My plan is just to accumulate ETH, bro. Yeah, I mean, look, we got Deep with his hand raised. Then we got to dive into this bonk stuff. Deep, what's going on? All right, Deep. This is the second time I've thrown to you, and you've ghosted me. After raising hand, I'm not throwing to you again. So we got a real quick.
Does he have like a fake cock punch as a profile picture?
No, that's a Liberty Square.
Oh, there you go. The squirrel. I couldn't see it.
I just wanted to clear up something. You guys are saying bong, right?
Bonk with a K.
With a K. Okay, I was like community bong. Man, that's a new spin.
Yeah,
hey,
hell of a way to get herpes.
Well, I was about to say, it sounds like you've partaked in 1 or 2 community bongs. Is that fair?
Not this morning, but yeah, many times I've partaken in a water pipe.
You're like, ever since COVID came out, I had to stop the community bong trend that I was part of on a regular basis.
Well, actually, I thought for a while that smoking weed prevented COVID. Found out that was factually inaccurate about 6 to 8 months into the pandemic. But, you know, since the Deep's here, not to fill some dead airspace, I thought I would just read off a quick quote from Charlie Munger.
Please.
The big money is not in the buying and the selling, but in the waiting. Apply that to NFTs.
Well, or if you watch Charlie Munger, I saw a clip of him discussing that the real money. Actually, no, it was
Warren
Buffett that was they were seated next to each other, and he was like, the real money is in selling financial instruments, not in investing. So the
same thing with NFTs for sure.
The bonk thing, Easy inaccurately told me that I had received the airdrop because I owned a tube. Went and checked all my Phantom wallets, and
turns out they didn't give any to the DeGods ecosystem because they're leaving Solana. So it was a community token that they gave to top projects on Sol, but due to the Dust Labs leaving Sol, they left them out of it.
And Frank like asked on Twitter if he could like include back in, which I thought was kind of weird because like if I made bonk, I'd be like, "Fuck you, dude!" Like you're,
that was literally
leaving
the response.
Solana.
Was like, if you read the comments, it's all like, "Go ask Polygon for a community token." Like,
damn, son.
so like, Yeah, and I mean, people were really upset about BONK, which is weird because it was like they're like it's an influencer pump and dump, and yet a lot of people with a lot of money just continue to keep buying more.
Big rule, easy. If you don't get it and it makes you mad, it's gonna
Buy
go
it.
up in price.
Dude,
Yeah.
Jux.
I mean, I got 4 billion of it, so like I
No,
was
I'm
hanging
saying
out.
you're good. I'm saying the people that were crapping on it. Like when you don't get something and it pisses you off, it's gonna go up in price.
Dude, that chart is
Jux kept buying this. My question is, so what's the market cap of BONK right now?
who cares?
No, but I'm curious. So it
No,
says
great
fully
question. Let's
diluted.
get into the fundamentals on this.
We're not even at $1 billion yet. This is easily, shouldn't it be worth like $10 billion?
Nick, a way to rephrase that
What's
is
the market cap
it's
of Bored Apes?
yeah, it's a 20x to $1 billion.
So how much is Dogecoin worth?
I think a lot more.
Well, you were on CoinMarketCap, but
He Googles it
like,
instead.
literally just go to the home. The market cap is
9.5 B.
9.5 billion. So like, why can't BONK be one?
Yeah, and go back to the BONK chart. Could you show me the monthly? What I really like about it is the choppiness. Look at the choppiness of the chart. You really don't see that.
Bro, it has like
in a
less
lot
than
of
half a
charts.
million TLV.
Look at the choppiness, right? So that's like thick lines. You look at any other chart out there, you're gonna see like very thin lines. This is almost like a kid kind of coloring in a coloring book right here. To me, that represents just a lot of volume and support in that thick range.
Not for me. That means low liquidity, but easy. Well, sorry, what does TLV have to do with anything? I don't understand.
That you can't like. There's people who have more in this token, and if they literally withdrew all of it, it would send this to zero.
Well,
I don't
you're
believe
saying
that.
there's no liquidity, so you can't even sell as much as some people have. So
Yes.
really good fundamentals here.
I don't believe any of that.
Fuck it. It's going up. 20x.
I'm just kidding.
I'm gonna.
Of course,
I'm
all
gonna.
that's true. Of course it is.
I'm just doing OTC deals, so you don't need liquidity. I actually traded a guy for his Bored Ape, gave him 20 trillion BONK.
Nick, you seem hold on, but the BONK seems to have captured Nick's attention. Is it because you watch Jux accumulate?
For days accumulating it, basically. He kept just buying more BONK and tweeting about it. And this was like days ago. And when I was watching it, I was just like, yo, seeing him like so adamant about this thing makes me bullish on it. I don't know why. But I maybe it's a recency bias, and also just like the fact that I've seen it makes me more bullish on it. Anyways,
Yeah.
bottom line is
It's got a great name, Nick. It's on a dying ecosystem.
Well, the best part is there's a bunch of
the
websites.
check marks. It has all of the check marks of a big pump in my book.
There's a bunch of websites where you can bonk people. So like there's BONK SBF where you spend 100,000 BONK and he gets hit on the head with a hammer.
Wow.
So
That's
that
more
sounds-
utility than Dogecoin even has.
I'm saying.
That-
if we could bonk Sam Bankman-Fried in the face, that would be a pretty awesome.
It's there. You
utility.
can.
The IRL BONK is more expensive.
Well,
Yeah.
we haven't told anybody. We're taking a trip to NorCal so we can try to attempt to bonk him and his whole family in person. We're gonna figure it out. We're gonna see if we can do it.
This
But I mean,
street is blocked off, by the way. So we can go there though, and I can stand in front of the street sign and be like, as you can see, we can't go in here. We asked for an interview with Sam, but he's still rejecting us and not even acknowledging our existence.
yeah, he interviewed with everyone else though. But anyway, yeah. So I mean, shout out to Jux, member of Easy's operations team, apparently just cleaning up on the BONK trade here, accumulated when nobody was looking. Gotta assume that he's taking some profits here in this pump. Easy, what else are you looking at right now? We talked about BONK. We mentioned some big sales, but I'd love to hear how you spent New Year's weekend. What were you trading?
Oh man, I bought this Dendaku thing. I have no idea what it is. It's on
Hey,
OpenSea.
all you got to do is pull that mic a little bit closer to your mouth, and then it'll operate like.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's
Is
1,000
that much
times
better?
Yeah,
Does that
it
make
is
you
actually.
happier? Happy
Yeah,
New
it
Year. All right, good. So Dendaku was what I got in at 0.2, I think, for 3 of them. Ended up pumping to 1.5 ETH. So that was a nice little swing there.
Dendaku?
Yeah, Dendaku Genesis, that top one.
Okay.
You just had
I also see a rip-off ringers. I'm sure Node's gonna like that. A nice
Yeah,
rip-off.
toys. Those flew last night, 2 ETH.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
so these dropped the day before New Year's, now at 0.87. You could have bought them like before public mint for 0.2 all day. So I bought 3 of these things. I was like, it's a New Year's play. I don't understand any of it. All the metadata is in a language I can't read. So I was like, yeah, these are absolutely going to pump. And then they flew to 1.5 ETH and I exited gracefully. So yeah, I was trading that. But then on Solana, dude, everything's pumping. Like there's like 4 collections now that have gone from like 20 to over 100. And it's just like, it seems like liquidity cycling with a lot of people either taking profit out of DGods and Utes, or you're even getting a lot of like ETH money flowing in that are like trying to get exposure. Like I saw Node buy 2 Utes.
Wow. Okay. And so someone like, so Node, you bought Utes, other people are selling Utes. Is the Solana community saying we want out?
Depends. It's like tough to say. Some people are excited about it. Some people want out. Like one of the biggest DGOD holders, Turned Up Dill is the guy's name, sold all of his assets in the ecosystem and then circled them back into other Solana projects.
Damn. Node, what prompted you to buy into Utes?
Yeah, well, a couple things. Number one, Kix, he was like, look, you got this guy that has the best following on Twitter, and this project is basically like a 1 ETH floor. And then for the longest time I thought that Frank was just pure hype. But then he shared, there was actually the Sean Puri and Sam Parr from My First Million. They mentioned Frank, like he shared a clip of Sean talking about Frank before he was Frank. And it kind of sold me, just like, this guy has done some interesting things. It's not a huge, it's not like a huge gamble or huge bet. And I think there's definitely a chance that it just reprices in ETH once it gets over. So, plenty of FUD right now. So why not? And actually right now I'm actually up. I'm up in both USD and Solana terms from my purchase, my recent purchase. So far so good. But I just feel like I'm seeing plenty of Utes on the timeline. It's not a huge risk. And so, yeah, it's worth taking a gamble on.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with that for sure. And if you went to Art Basel, and attended like the DGods party, for example, I think it's pretty clear that Frank is, the kind of biggest young star in the NFT space just in general. Pretty wild that this stuff, I just think that there's a lot of opportunity out there during this transition period. I don't think it's a bad idea to buy Utes right now too, going into this transition to Polygon. It's also going to be interesting to see what the liquidity looks like on Polygon. Signal, I know you own at least one Ute. What's going on?
Yeah, still own my 1 U, and I'm on the same page as Node. I think Frank is still being undervalued potentially as a 2023 builder, and I think he's not going to disappear this year. I don't see his voice getting quieter, and I think he'll potentially just attract a new audience to Utes. So in the end, it will be balanced. But I have a question for Node. Node, friendship bracelets, very interesting moves. Like obviously we've seen them go from free to just holding this like 0.3 floor. They went down to like 0.27 or so, and then they've gone back up to 0.4 at 30,000 supply. Like, what do you make of this? Why do you think it's holding this price at the moment? And do you think there's any more room to go up on these?
Yeah, this one definitely surprised me. I think there's two reasons. One might be still like blur farming may still be going on. But two, somebody described friendship bracelets as like the everyman, like the everyday man's squiggle. So it's kind of like it's kind of at the ethos of art blocks. They gave these out for free as kind of their, it's kind of like their token in a way, that, hey, everybody that's owned some art blocks, we're going to give you one of these. You can give them away to your friends. And they've kind of taken on, like, a lot of people in the community absolutely love them. Just the idea of owning a piece of art blocks and their history or whatnot. So it's been way surprising to me. Like 30,000 is massive supply. It's the highest supply of anything on art blocks, and it's holding a 0.4 ETH floor. That's totally shocked me, but I do think that there is some sentiment around it being, like the poor man's squiggle, as it were. So it may actually kind of retain some momentum here.
Yeah, it kind of looks like if anyone has floaties in their eyes, I get floaties in my eyes. So I see these things just go all over the place, especially on a hot summer day. But I agree with that take. I also heard that some people were collecting these as like sets too. So that'd be, I think some people aren't just like buying one. Like I heard that like the palette set, if you buy the palette set, it's like 20 ETH or 40 ETH or 30 ETH or something like that.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
interesting.
that's like the grail. That's like the grail of if we ever start a collection, guys, we need to make one so that you incentivize everybody to want to own an entire set. That's how you really get some momentum there. Like even memes by 6529, there's a lot of people that are tracking, okay, who has a complete set, and I think that's an interesting dynamic for sure.
Node, what do you think of this? The toys by OX Techno that looks just like ringers at 1.9 ETH here.
Yeah, somebody DM'd me like yesterday or the day before and was like, "Hey, what do you think about these?" I was like, "They look exactly like if ringers and squiggles had a baby," and he was like, "Oh yeah, I didn't notice that." But everywhere on Twitter, people are like, "These are inspired by squiggles and ringers." I'm like, yeah, okay.
I think they look better.
There you go. There you go. That's a good hot take. They are clean. I actually didn't know that Ox Techno was any kind of an artist. Like I know I've seen them around on Twitter for a long time. Seem to be a solid member of the community. So I mean, more power to them. I did not see that one coming, and I'll be interested to see where it goes.
You know how to become an artist in this space, right? No, Node. Like you were saying, you didn't know that he is. There's only one path to doing it. That's just drop an NFT and say you're an artist.
I'm gonna do it eventually. I'm gonna do it eventually. We'll get there.
I mean, that is the path. The path is drop an NFT and tell everyone you're an artist, no matter who you are. So that's a pretty good path to take for sure. So,
and if you network effectively, maybe you end up in like Christie's or something like that. Like, hang out with the right people long enough, you're bound to get featured in the right place.
Gary V did it. Shout out to him,
Dude, and all he had to do was draw some beautiful characters on pieces of paper. I mean, I don't know if he was included in that for being an artist, though. Do you think that that's how it was viewed by Christie's, or like they viewed it as like one of their first collectibles that they listed? I don't know.
I think they viewed it as they're gonna make some cash.
What? Pio has one pulled up on the screen, and what is this? An armadillo?
I mean, dude, like
anteater. It's an anteater.
It's whatever you want. It's a jackal. It's whatever you want to interpret it as. Okay.
This is well, I don't even know what a jackal is. Is a jackal a real animal?
Probably not.
Yes, it's a real animal.
But I thought a jackal was like doesn't look anything like what he just drew. That looked like a
quick little pop quiz. Nick and Pio,
it looks like
at the same time. Nick and Pio, you have to say what continent you think the jackal lives in. 3, 2, 1, go. Nick,
Asia.
Africa.
Asia.
Cool. There we go. I'm gonna Google it.
It's Africa.
You didn't already know?
I didn't already know, dude. That's not the structure of how you're supposed to do this.
Great guesses. Let me Google it.
My bad.
Do you know those half men, half horse things?
Like
centaurs. Do you know what continent those are native to?
Greece. Whatever continent Greece is in.
Exactly.
Europe.
Or actually the small island next to Greece, Crete.
No, I think it's
Serbia. Crete is one of the Greek islands. It's not the small island next to Greece. It's part of the Greek islands.
I think they fought each other, so they weren't always Greece.
Well, as you remember the Great Centaurian Wars.
I think the Minoans fought them.
Yeah, I mean, it was. I recall it was like early 550 BC when the Great Centaur Wars occurred. Anyways,
that was the same year you were born.
Nick is thousands of years old, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Clemente on stage. Always love having Clemente join us for the show. Clemente, what's going on? Are you still down in Chile?
Good morning. Yeah, I'm here until the 20th. I actually extended my flight. I was like, hey, would I rather be in the sun for 3 or 4 more weeks or go back to Seattle and spend it in the rain? So I'm here.
Nice.
But I know you guys brought up Gary V making a splash and that side of it. The piece I wanted to bring up is he's actually coming back and said that he would start buying NFTs in the new year, and he's in like quote unquote research mode. And we know how that went in early last year with the crypto skulls, and basically everything that he would buy would end up pumping. I'm curious what kind of effect you guys think him buying NFTs again will have on the collections that he buys, and if him kind of coming back in the limelight will mean that Veefriends could start having some attention going that way again.
Man, the most notorious thing with the Gary V pump is that as soon as the pump dies, the price was always under what it started at pre-pump.
Mm-hmm.
Happens like clockwork.
Yeah, but those
He made me,
45 minutes, easy.
Yeah.
They're glorious.
Electric.
Glorious.
Those 45 minutes, man, are just, they put any
Dude.
other moment to shame.
I minted like 20 or 30 koala intelligence agencies, and they were pumping, and then Gary V got in and just sent them on like a 5x in 15 minutes.
Yeah, and then as soon as it's done, those things are, I think they're 0.0001 now.
I bought a scam collection of the KO. I was driving home from work. I was trying to like do it on my phone.
I was going to say, like, is he going to have the same pump impact this year? Because it's just not the same market. But that said, I mean, we got nothing else to pump based on. Kicks, you got your hand raised and you're muted.
Thank you. Unmuting. Just wanted to highlight some color here, talking about like the bullishness coming into the new year. We've been in a clear uptrend in daily active users on OpenSea. We bottomed out on the 9th of November at 22,000. We are now, it dropped a little bit going to the new year, but on the 31st of December, we were at 38,000, almost a 2x in daily active users from the low. I remember around the time, people like OSF, like some of the wrecked guys, and I saw some other people on Twitter saying that they felt like it was a local bottom in NFTs. I wasn't convinced, but they were 100% right. If you bought anything around that time in early November, you're up, on a lot of the good projects by a good amount. But yeah, it's pretty impressive. Off the lows, we have almost twice as many daily active users heading into the new year. Having said that, though, just to provide some color, like that's the same levels that we were at for like most of October, basically July through October. That's the range of daily active users that we've been at, but big bounce off of the lows. Spencer talked about this on the last show, but I think how NFTs do in this first quarter will be heavily correlated to the volatility of Ethereum up or down. The longer that it stays in a range or moves slowly, probably the better that we do. But if we see like a crash or a big pump to the upside, it'll definitely slow down some of the volume. But it's been a big run for Q4. I think overall was very, very good for NFTs. I also have 2 more stats for you. So this was December was the first month in 8 months, I want to say. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, in about 10 months, or actually since April. So about 8 months. It's the first month that we were up in Ethereum and we were up in USD volume. We were also up by 30% in monthly NFTs sold from November to December. So December was the first month since April that we broke the downtrends in volume. And that's pretty cool to see.
A little bit of a reversal there. Love to hear it. So we got some people on the show that don't commonly come on. We got Anju. Oh, Nick, were you going to say something?
The thing I was going to say, we kind of missed out on the opportunity, and I feel like we didn't deliver this. And usually you would do this before the new year, but it's January 2nd, so I don't think it's too late. We missed out on the opportunity to give some predictions here for NFT land and beyond in the Web3 space for 2023. And I feel like there's an opportunity to do that. So that was something I was going to say we could potentially do. And also, as part of that, we could ask people in the audience what their predictions are for 2023, and maybe an interesting subject to conversation. We can throw it to the guest on stage that you were mentioning to hear whatever his predictions are. But I'd be curious also if you want to just post in the responses below. The wilder, the better in terms of the predictions, I'll say. So see how crazy you can get with your predictions. But also, if you're spot on, that works as well. even if it's
What's your prediction?
reasonable.
What do you got? Let's hear your wildest prediction.
Wildest?
Yeah, just something that'll break the internet.
Ooh, that's a good question. Come back to me in a minute. Let me think of the craziest. Now I want to give you something that's like insane.
Better be good. I'll be disappointed if it's not like something
Well,
that makes
I'll
me
buy
think,
you some time. I'll just throw one out there. Bored Apes hit 120 ETH and 50 ETH this year.
That's not that crazy.
Whatever, bro. Fuck you.
Dude, that's like a 30
Wow.
ETH swing. Sick. Woo! Crazy, bro. Woo!
What do
That
you
was
want
pretty
from
good.
me?
Yeah, bro. Cool Cats hit between half an ETH and 1.5 ETH.
Okay, that.
Woo!
All right, Easy isn't impressed. Great. Hey, what is your prediction, Easy? Since you're just attacking everybody for
Bored
their
Apes rug.
predictions.
Bored Apes rock.
You want something crazy?
He said that to
He says, I need something outlandish. Bored Apes just delete their Discord.
What about, how about this? What about other deed pumps to 5 ETH? That's an outlandish
That's
prediction.
crazy. No, that's just absolutely insane.
Oh, I like that. I like that as a prediction. Hey, Pio, you suck. That was dumb. That's I'm sorry. I was just playing easy for
Nick,
a moment.
You don't even have a prediction yet. Nick's over here like, honestly, I think ETH price might go up or down. Pretty crazy.
Okay, I got one for this year. Artists no longer will make art.
Whoa, that's one that'll break the internet.
Instead, they'll stop making art this year. It's all going to go to AI.
Interesting.
I like that. So we're getting some audience.
We have a world-renowned artist with us here from the AI space. He's currently sitting to my left. He does these prompts with his toes. So I think Captain Kicks may become a world-renowned artist.
He's got some serious talent. So we got some responses from the audience here on Twitter. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're listening to the show, click on that little thought bubble in the bottom right of your screen and let us know your predictions for 2023. Rainy Reese, repping a Ute. Good-looking Ute. Rainy Reese, I see him listening all the time. Shout out to Rainy Reese, said 2023 prediction, Andrew Tate joins our show and challenges Nick to come to Romania and spend the day with him and Tristan. I don't know who Tristan is. I'm assuming it's his brother.
Him to the death.
Brother.
And then he said Bodega Buddies becomes #1 on Sol. Well, that's an actual realistic prediction. And then Utes mainstream and D-Gods challenge top 5 ETH projects. I mean, those are some relatively bold predictions, but not too crazy. I'm just taking, okay, so Node
I like
said,
the Pudgy Penguins flip Bored Apes.
That's a good one.
Bold statement, but I like it.
Brave New Channel said that. Zoe, Fashion Mommy, we know Zoe, friend of the show, very talented, said Trump will take over NFT land. That already happened, Zoe. He already launched the #1 collection of all time. Better than Bored Apes, better than CryptoPunks. Is already out there.
Leo says Azuki will hit a new all-time floor at 50 ETH. What's the floor at right now?
Like 15?
Okay, yeah, 50 is pretty high. Maybe I'm trying to think of something that'll I'm trying to think of some like crazy prediction. Here's the thing. Well, this isn't a crazy prediction, but isn't Apple supposed to release their AR goggles this year? That to me is a big move. Are we all going to be wearing those? Like, I don't know. Like that's a weird one for me.
I personally, I think those are gonna flop. But I'm glad we brought up this subject of top picks because I got a few outlandish predictions, if I may.
Please.
Well, you know what? Personally, I want to shout out the Genuine Undead. They pulled up to the space because I asked them to. The community came through, and I think that they got a lot of amount of momentum. I think Doodles is going to go to 0. I think Cool Cats is going to go to 0. I think Sappy Seals are going to pump
0.
And I think Alien
any
Friends are
prediction
also
that says
pump.
0, you got to pause there. But actually, it's outlandish. Sorry, my apologies. I want to apologize. I was pulling an easy.
No, that's it. I do think
I'm still
that
waiting on
Doodles
Nick's
is going to go to 0.
I don't know.
But what do I know?
You're taking more swings than Nick, who's just sitting here complaining.
It's all right. Thank you for having me up, Pio, Signal, Andrew. What's going on, guys?
So I'm stunned at Johnny's grace as a impromptu host. That was pretty cool stuff from Johnny right there. Very supportive of his undead amigos there. Signal has her hand raised. Signal, Johnny, through to you. What's going on?
Yeah, thanks, Johnny, for the throw catch. I wouldn't call it the wildest. I'm going to say this is more realistic, but I think the next black swan is Putin getting impatient that he hasn't won a war and he escalates. I think it's not wild. I think it's more on the realist side. That's going to be my 2023 prediction.
Hey, fun times ahead. Thanks for that one, Signal.
No, but she muted herself. He also launches an NFT project to fund.
Yeah, I thought we were talking NFTs, and she was like, "Here's the deal: Putin's gonna drop a nuke on Ukraine, and that's gonna cause World War III."
I never said nuke. I just think he will escalate, which will have the effect of like taking. Like, everyone keeps saying ETH's going to go down to 500. Well, what's the event that will make it go there? Because right now I'm not seeing anything on the timeline that's going to make everybody sell their crypto as fast as possible.
Well, I think a stock market crash would be the accelerant here. So here's a bet. So let's go with this. We see a one-day stock market crash of 15%. I don't even know if that's possible. I think the limiters go off at some point.
It's a double breaker. It's a double breaker day.
Is that what a double breaker is?
8%.
Okay,
the first one, and then 15's too.
So we get a double breaker day. I don't know what the trigger for that is, and that's the ETH going. I don't know about 500. I like it though. 550. I'm down. And well, that's it. That's I like that one. That one's not too crazy, but I don't know.
I like that prediction. We did see it when the COVID crash happened. We caught a double breaker immediately at open, and then again like 45 minutes in.
That's like a rare situation, though. It does happen.
First time it happened since like the 80s.
Oh, since the 80s.
Was the COVID crash that happened when we had that double breaker same day.
So it didn't happen during the financial crisis?
They just paused it once. It was a single.
Interesting.
We caught two where they literally stopped the market.
Okay, well, I don't know. The only concern I have is that like we don't experience these drops that often. So for it to happen again and that quickly, I may have to. But you know what? Whatever. We're going crazy. So that there's one. I'm gonna say that. Okay, here's another one. An Anon comes out on Twitter, and I'm workshopping this one. Come back to me later.
We'll come back to you.
It's a great start though, dude. It's like you know, I can't.
Comes out as
I can't even think of a joke.
We'll see who comes out. That's anonymous. So
I didn't
we got
finish that statement, but yeah. Surprise, I'm gay.
I think my boldest prediction is that SBF gets out of bronze tier in League of Legends, gets up to silver.
Whoa, stop. Now that's crazy.
That's
the type of theories I needed.
That's some pretty crazy stuff. So, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate everybody in the audience chiming in, and please keep doing it. So we got Scrappy T, that's at Scrappy T, said Pixel Vault will regain blue chip status, ... And I'm 100% serious. So we got Scrappy T making the hot take and making sure that you understand he's dead serious about this. Blue chip Pixel Vault. Well, Scrappy T, we're going to bank that one. We're going to remember that one. Straight up.
Yeah, I mean that'll be an interesting one. I mean they're gonna have to release a game and a AAA game. That's the thing that's like so crazy. We have been seeing a Treeverse rolling out like ongoing demos, and I think that's something. I don't know that they're promising a AAA game though, right? Treeverse is not promising that. It's just a game,
like a RuneScape type game or something, right?
It looks cool. I'm not gonna lie, like all the previews and stuff look pretty solid. Like
the last time I played a Diablo-like game was I don't know when.
Yeah, but you're not in the audience. You play Rocket League and that's it. So that's not the audience that they're looking for that.
You talking about Treeverse?
Yeah.
I like Treeverse. Looks good.
There you go.
It's very good art, aesthetics, and design. If the gameplay's like halfway decent, it should be a good one.
Yeah, there are indie games. It's not everything has to be Fortnite. But what do I know? I don't play
even
video
like big
games.
time. Play big time. Me and Kix played it, and that was like actually a fun game.
Yeah.
Like, it was
I
well
got
done.
one. I think Crypto Raiders releases a AAA game, massive multiplayer that competes with Fortnite.
No, but we got some good stuff cooking. See me in March.
Oh, see him in March, ladies and gentlemen. Catch him outside. We also got I
How
Know a
about that?
Guy. I Know a Guy.eth, loyal listener. Shout out to I Know a Guy. He said bonk to $1. I would say that that's definitely an outlandish prediction. That's like a 1,000 X.
Like a $1 trillion market cap.
Yo,
If not bigger.
I got a good one right here. This is Jet 2.0 at NFT Jet, repping a Ute, badass Ute with a crown. 2023 prediction: portals will flip doodles.
Well, I was going to add to this. I was going to say, here's a crazy prediction for 2023. We actually release our PFP project.
There you go. That's an outlandish prediction that is 100% going to come true. And Jet 2.0 seems to think we could flip doodles. Careful what you wish for, ladies and gentlemen. Careful what you wish for. We'll do a couple more here. We with some funny stuff in here for sure. Trying to get
why don't you say the funny stuff? What's going on?
No, I mean, some of it. All right. So Chris over here at mladic.eth said SBF turns from villain to hero. So I do love that. Last one. Here we go. ebrink.eth at ebrinkox. He said wild, and he's wrapping a pudgy penguin with a backwards baseball cap. Wild 2023 predictions. Polygon has some kind of bridge hack. So a hack on one of the Polygon bridges. I think that that's a great prediction because we've seen it so many times. The Axie Infinity Ronin bridge got hacked for $400 million, if you guys remember. We've seen all those Solana bridges have gotten hacked, right? Right, Easy. There's been bridge hacks before on Solana, right?
It's not bridges. It's like market pools. Like a bridge hack is like when you're actually moving money around. It's mostly like the AMM pools and like market, like a
But I
DEX
thought
got hacked.
didn't Wormhole get hacked? Is that not a bridge?
But that's not a Solana bridge. That's actually an ETH bridge.
Okay.
Wormhole's from ETH.
Okay. Well, so there's been bridge hacks before. He also said Michael Saylor capitulates. That's funny. That's funny. That's not going to happen. Sorry, eBrink. You were right with the first one. The second one is preposterous. Third one, Andrew Tate releases an NFT pass. I think that that's totally on the table. I'm surprised that he hasn't done it yet, and I think that he could do it from prison. So there you go. Andrew has his hand raised. He is a sappy seal with a bow tie, and he is a shit poster and a JPEG connoisseur. Andrew, what's going on, amigo?
Yo, Peter, thanks for having me on. Love the space. Really appreciate you having me on there. My prediction, which is wild, is easy hard rugs for Bodega Buddies after mint and completes the greatest villain arc in history of NFTs. That's one of them. And then the second one, which is probably less realistic, is Sappy Seals hit a 10 floor by the end of the year.
Less realistic than Easy sabotaging everything that he's built for over a year and burning every bridge in the space, huh?
I like that Edge's like response to it too is like he just becomes a villain. Like that's the worst outcome from it. Like no, totally fine. He's just now the bad guy.
I mean, it's an interesting take. We said outlandish takes and we got one. I also let another Ute, man, today's Ute day, letting him on stage. We got Geo on stage. That rhymes with my name. He's repping a Ute with a beanie. It's a good looking Ute. He says he's into blockchain, fitness, family, and friends. What a jerk. Geo, what's going on?
Yeah, what's going on, guys? Sorry, as you can see my bio, I'm a bit of a bully, and just don't take everything I say too harsh, because don't come to hurt feelings. I'm just trying to be good, and but
you're into fitness,
I can be a
family,
bit
and
of a
friends. What a piece of shit. All right, go ahead, Gio.
Okay, wow,
yeah.
Now you got carried away here.
Got to bring more drugs and sex and bullshit into the equation, don't I? Hell yeah. Anyway, so talking about NFT pumps, lots of different new projects going around at the moment, new founders, and every time I go to a space, it seems like people trying to shill stuff to me. So, it's popping off. But I think that at the moment, things are getting more concentrated and people's funds are getting streamed into direct sources of projects. And for example, like the youths, everyone's investing now all of a sudden because of all the news that's going around and that sort of thing. But I think the important thing is for people to be very wary and careful, because there's a lot of influencers now at the moment with a lot of followers and people listening to them who have a very large pin over people's opinions, and could lead to easy misguidance and the influence for people to invest in their projects, and you don't want to get rugged. So there's a large possibility of that to happen when people are just directly funneling their funds into these projects that the influencers create. So just want to say that people need to do a lot of research before they fund anything, and just be careful, and just watch out for yourselves, because at the end of the day we want to keep all our funding inside Web3, and it's just going to accelerate us, and it's going to take us more to the mainstream, and just make the right decisions, and besides that, much love.
All righty. Well, there you go. Shout out to Gio for joining the show.
Family guy.
Family guy right
big
there.
Jerk off.
Nick's just being funny, Gio. He's just being funny. I also saw that there was someone that runs Polygon's investments that briefly requested to speak for a second. I couldn't accept the request to speak fast enough so we could do a live pitch on why Polygon should just give us a bunch of money. But that was...
I can do it if you want.
No, it's okay.
Thank
Gio,
you.
please.
Really appreciate it.
It's okay, buddy. It's okay. We also had some other people. I'm going to turn this into a networking show now, but I got a bold prediction.
Oh, that's a great idea. We should do that. We should be like, hey, are you looking to network with other people live on this show? This is our networking session. We bring up two random people and introduce them to each other and see how they like whether or not they hit it off, what opportunities they have.
Well, look who's on stage. The gentleman that I just shouted on, Abhishek Saxena, investing at Polygon Ventures, heading up DeFi infra and non-media investments. You're the perfect person to talk to for non-media.
We need to get a startup on stage then to pitch you. Are you ready to be pitched, Abhishek?
Yo, I was just here to talk about, like, there was this rug Andrew Tate NFT that has already been released. Like, it's already there, the 2023 prediction. But yeah, man, I'm here to like talk about anything. I'm not sure if pitch is the right thing and everybody would be bored, but thank you for having me.
I mean,
well, they won't be
exciting.
bored if you destroy them on stage. That's the real thing that we're looking for here. The answer, real quick, 99% of the time, anyways, with you, I'm assuming is no. So we might as well just get to that punchline. If you want to pitch Abhishek in 5 seconds on stage, request to come up. We're going to pick someone random, and you're going to have a 5-second pitch. So this is the fastest elevator pitch. We'll all go around and say what we think. But if you guys hit it off, this is the opportunity. Once in a lifetime. Didn't see this coming. Request it, though.
You'll be my best deal flow person ever, man. Love this.
There you go. Well, that's unfortunate if this is the case. But Kix, you got your hand raised.
Yeah, just are we doing the investment pitches?
Yeah.
Wait, we're not. This isn't everybody pitch Abhishek. I wanted to pick a random audience member, but did you want to pitch?
I was just going to quickly say that Bunny is a rabbit on the Chinese zodiac and Nick is a dog. They're actually super compatible. So I think they're kind of like Nick's feeling that potential for love and is fighting it off. Back to you.
Let's go.
I just saw that they're not. So you just made up the compatibility.
No, he's right. It just depends what chart you look at. There's a couple different ones floating around. So you're probably looking at a different one than he's looking at.
It depends on the chart for sure.
Yeah.
But
Nick pulled up the unofficial chart.
Bunny, why don't you pitch Abhishek? Because we know that Bunny Ventures has a lot going on. What's the elevator pitch for Abhishek to invest in you?
Nick's gonna follow me soon. That means price goes up. You get
So-
in early before he
Pretty good
follows
pitch.
me. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna bring on
Are you bringing on like an actual all the projects?
no,
are
all the
now,
projects. This was their opportunity to show.
I don't
No.
wanna do it. You
I
wanna
want to
do
give
it?
this guy Utkarsh, who had already requested.
Okay.
So Utkarsh had already requested, maybe rugged. Nope, not rugged. Utkarsh, what's your 5-second pitch?
5 seconds. We're gonna count. Utkarsh.
What is
Invest
this
in
echo?
the future of businesses, building DAO Struct, marketplace for DAOs, even the ones built on Polygon chain.
That's 5 seconds, amigo.
No, that was
I
good.
like.
Hold on, that was actually really good. And it's built on Polygon, which just that was the punchline he was looking for. I'm gonna be honest. Wait,
We're gonna give you some money.
Abhishek, are you ready to invest?
That actually sounds really good. So, of course, if you want to actually talk about it in detail, I'm happy to do that.
Whoa! Holy shit!
I'm not kidding. Yeah.
He came on and he actually delivered a legit. He gave it in 3 short sentences. That was, if you want to know how to pitch a startup, that dude actually did it. So
wow.
That was crazy.
Utkarsh, very impressive right there, buddy. How do you feel right now?
I'm ecstatic. Thanks for the opportunity, Pio. And Abhishek, I will be DMing you.
What was you raised your hand before I had
going
announced
on?
this pitch session though. So what was was there something else? Did you want to come up and make a prediction?
Yep, DAO is going mainstream this year. Bear market,
okay.
things are cheap, and it's going to be amazing building stuff.
And you know,
self-serving, but here's the deal. I want to be straight up. He didn't come on stage and shill aggressively. You know what I'm saying? Which is what a lot of people they can't help, but they come out and they're like, you know, whatever, Pixel Vault, going to the moon, and here's why, and here's what you got to know about it. And hold on one sec, Pio. Hold on one sec there. The reason is, and they just keep talking through the whole thing. That was a condensed pitch. Look, dude, I think you actually that if you're gonna pitch, that's how you're gonna do it. Hey, thanks for coming on to the first episode of Rapid Fire Shark Tank.
Pitch Abhishek.
Pitch Abhishek. Exactly. That's the new show. Pitch Abhishek.
Abhishek, you have your hand raised. I'm curious to see what you want to weigh in on after you just received that, blow the roof off level pitch. Are you grasping your wallet right now?
I'm trying to figure out where my wallet is, man. That's what I'm doing. But no, I think Utkarsh, dude, super impressive. What I love is that you saw an opportunity and you actually came on stage and you were like, hey, this is my 1-sentence pitch. And it was very succinct, tells you what you're building, and sort of gives the pitch itself gives you idea of hey, what you're building, what the benefits of that would be. This was super amazing. I thought this would be just a fun joke kind of thing, but
there's no jokes on this show, Abhishek.
No, yeah.
The show is dead serious, man. You come on and you're gonna get pitched. You better be ready to give this guy $1 million.
I thought the same thing. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a joke, and it turned out to be real. The one thing I was gonna say is what we need to embrace the joke is we need to be like, Abhishek at the age of 6 created a startup that that's our shark in the water today. What was the show we were gonna call it?
It was gonna be Shark Bait. And it was basically because
let
so
people
many
come on and destroy them.
Yeah, because there was a period of time where every single person in the NFT space, just everybody was like, I'm going to make the Shark Tank for NFTs. It was like everybody was going to do this thing that nobody was going to actually do and nobody wanted to listen to ever. And then so then our joke was that we were going to do Shark Bait. And what Shark Bait was we were just going to be assholes to everybody that pitched us. And basically it's just gonna be like, give me one reason why I shouldn't just fucking destroy you right now when the person comes on stage. And it actually works for NFTs because basically every single NFT collection is either a failure or a scam. But I'm very impressed that Utkarsh actually had an understanding. I'm very impressed that Utkarsh was able to do that pitch. No, I mean, Kicks, that is true, right? 99%.
says Abi Shark Tank.
Abi Shark Tank. Abhishek, have you ever been pitched the Abi Shark Tank show? Have any of your buddies ever said, hey, you should totally start Abi Shark Tank?
I've been pitched now and I love this idea, so let's do it.
Wow, now we got a competitor. Abi Shark Tank launches at 9 a.m. Eastern time, Monday through Friday. And clearly, everybody's going to be attracted to that show and is going to abandon this one. Wow, this has been definitely a fun show for sure. I think we've heard from, okay, so one more person that we haven't heard from on show is Don Oplis. He's repping a D-God with a big old beard. It says that he is a motorsport photographer / a seaman. And he's on that NFT train. Don, so you're a motorsports photographer and a seaman. What's going on?
What's up, everybody? No, yeah, I'm both of these things, unfortunately. Unfortunately, whatever way you look at it. Definitely bullish on the whole NFT space. And no, what do you guys want to know? Like, I'm just like, you want me to talk about my motorsport photography and thing, or you just want me to give me my prediction? Because my prediction is hot that Frank is going to 0. D-Gods are going to take a massive hit as soon as they reach ETH. That's just my take on it. I'm definitely bullish on the whole NFT community. One thing I can see for sure happening 2023 is that the whole NFT community is just getting stronger by the day, right? That's what I'm bullish on. So yeah, all give and take. There's so many fluctuations in the space, and I totally enjoy it. I'm a seaman by trade. And motorsport just comes.
That just comes natural.
I've been working in Formula 1 from 2017.
Or if you're PO, you call it a seaman.
It sounds funny, I know, I'm sorry. But yeah, I've been spending time at sea, basically. I'll probably have to change that then after this show, for sure.
Don't rock the boat, Don. Well, that one thing that was interesting is that you said that D-Gods were going to go down while you rep a D-God. Do you own the D-God that you're repping right now?
Oh yeah, I'm not one of these guys. Come on. Like, I don't think I would request if I'm one of these guys. I own a few D-Gods and Utes and whatnot, and I'm a full supporter of Frank, but at the same time, to be realistic, like, I see them having a hard time because it's a big play, right? Because people forget that going on to ETH, it's going to be a total new collection rather than the ones that you're seeing now. And people, I think, get confused with that. People think that this D-God will be on ETH, which is not going to happen. This one will always be on Sol. So I think it's very tricky for Frank to find the perfect target group in ETH. It's a big challenge. It's very ballsy. Like, you leave your throne, but I guess that's all things that you already know. So yeah, I definitely see them taking a hit in the beginning, and I think that would be probably the most healthy thing to happen to the collection. Because obviously right now, D-Gods are like, oh yeah, all these Bored Apes are coming in, but is that really the story? I doubt it. Like, this is what we want realistically, but is it going to happen? Are we going to attract different audience? So I'm definitely thinking a lot of people will paper as soon as they reach ETH, because obviously it's ETH. So, a lot of people that are Sol, they're like, oh, let me get to ETH and I'll just paper it. So that's just my prediction, that we're going to have a hard time. It's definitely not going to be easy. But, long term, I am bullish on Kevin and Frank. I think they're here to stay, just like you guys and most of the people in the space. By this time, I think a lot of us are just here for more of the technology rather than buying Lambos, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, that's just my prediction, guys. I'm sorry to ramble on.
No need to apologize. Sounds like you're out of breath. I don't know if you're, manning the ship at this point or casting the nets.
Well, actually, to be honest, I'm outside cutting wood at the moment, so this is going to come as a surprise to everyone. But
the seaman is cutting the wood. Can't say I'm that surprised.
I live in a fucking village, man. What do you expect? So.
Well, thanks for joining us.
Chopping wood.
Don, look, ladies and gentlemen, that's our show. We run this show Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10:15 a.m. What a fun first show of 2023. Nick, please take it away, buddy.
No, I was just going to say, remember to like, subscribe, follow, retweet. Hey, remember real quick, If you didn't follow or if you didn't sign up at the nifty.com for the newsletter, it's free. Giving away, I'm keeping the portal giveaways going. That's what's going on. And also, it's going to be a path to get whatever token I'm working on. We're still figuring out the logistics on this. It's not easy to make physical.
The physical coin.
The physical coins. This is going to be one of the paths to getting one of those. So sign up, thenifty.com, THENIFTY.com. Free newsletter every single day. And we're in the process of making improvements to that. So looking forward to it. That was it. Remember, have a great day. That's what you should remember.
Have a great day. In all seriousness, sign up for that newsletter, whether or not you win a portal, whether or not you've been subscribed for a long time or a short time, even if you don't win a portal, you're going to have the opportunity for other free NFTs in the future, which will have benefits to collecting. Okay. So very exciting stuff. Remember, free own, like Gabe Layden says, free NFTs are the future.